Okay. It's just lemonade. And I'm just spinning the same stuff I was spinning last week. And Luther's going to get his Chewy. Hello, Lee. Oh, how is everybody? How are you doing? Good morning, Tracy. Oh, hang on. Here's Louie. Come here. Oh, he dropped it. Isn't that fun? Hello, good morning. Good afternoon if you're here, but we're having a sunny day, but it's kind of chilly still. Hi. What's up? What'd you bring today to work on? I need to hear what everyone's working on. I spent a chunk of the day carding. But you'll see it Tuesday when I'm carding. Rachel said I'm working on some Shetland I just washed. What are you doing with it right now? Excuse me. Carrie, it said I'll be in the car knitting a sock. All right. Hey, Lori. Caitlin said, excuse me, needle felting foliage to add to a weaving. That's fun. Kai said, hi guys, can't stay today, but wanted to pop in and say hello. Have a good week, everyone. You too, Kai. Cheryl said, knitting on a shawl I spun for. Hello, Carolyn. Elsbeth. Terry said, morning tribe, it's chilly here in Oregon. It's chilly here too, but we have the sun, so that's nice. Lisa said, clocks changed here too now, so glad I've got the right time. Lisa, did you see that Make It at Market is currently casting for season 2? Because I think you'd be perfect. And I know you opened a shop. So what are the chances that you might apply? I think you'd be perfect. Brittany said making a baby blanket for the Knit for Food knit-a-thon today, donating to Project Linus. That's awesome, Brittany. Hey, Shannon, happy Sunday. Popped in for a second while my son is at flag football practice. That's fun. Rachel said she's combing it. She's working on some Shetland. Craft said knitting on a papillon. That's fun. Elizabeth said, knitting a hat out of my handspun. My first handspun project. Elizabeth, are you serious? What are you using? Lisa said, halfway through the second wrist warmer, so hoping I've got the pattern enough to pay attention to you guys. Fingers crossed. Hello, Karen. KB Fibre said, hello, I'm working on, I don't know how to, chal racist. I have no idea how to say that. Shawl. I haven't seen that. I'll have to look. Terry said, working on a big girl blanket for a grandbaby. Tell me how to pronounce your name. Adele? It's snowing here in Norway, and I'm spinning some alpaca. Won't it snow there forever? I'm kidding. How lovely. Lisa said, oh, bless Trish. I love the first series of that. Please apply. You would be so good. Welcome, Kathia, to the membership. Thank you. Elsbeth said, what was the name of that series again? It's called Make It at Market. They're casting right now. They're literally, if you watch the first season, there's a glass artist. I follow her on Instagram. I actually messaged her to see if I could buy a piece and have it shipped here. And she posted that they're casting for the second. Yay, I said it right. They're casting for the second season right now. Carolyn said, washing some wool I bought at the Fibre sale Margaret told us about a couple weeks ago. That's awesome. See, we're making good connections here. I love it. Stephanie said, trying to organize my way to large yarn and fiber stash and watching Outlander while I was, but got the notification you were alive. Yay. Outlander can wait. You can watch that on demand. Morgan said, hello from Vancouver, Washington. My daughter barfed on the way to church so I can make the live. Morgan. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yay! I mean, I'm sorry that she's sick, but yay, I'm glad you're here. Vita said I need to finish my second bobbin and ply because I went to the Fibre Festival in Des Moines yesterday with my son and his spouse and got a beautiful braid of merino viscose, muted colors but gorgeous. Oh my gosh. KB Fibre said yesterday I took 138 pounds of wool to a mill for roving. So excited. That's crazy. Hello, Nikki. Deanna said plying, and more plying is my job today. I get it. Julie said, howdy one and all from central Minnesota. How's the weather in Minnesota today, Julie? I need to know because it'll be here in like about 24 hours. Lisa said, I've got Eileen in my ear all the time and she's just as good. The pricing is just way too scary for handspun. I'll stick with lower prices in my wee road and honesty box for now. Okay. I mean, you can't blame me for thinking you'd be perfect for the show. And I will say, I think that a lot of people feel that way. And then they get there and they realize that if they get the right exposure, they can get prices that are more like in line with the work, if that makes sense. Darn it. I thought of you right away. And I agree that Eileen's just as good. I just feel like, she didn't open a shop and you did. Elizabeth said it's Paradise Fiber from 2021. I've been spinning like a crazy person all this time and just now getting around to using it. Is it wonderful? Do you love knitting something with your hand spun? Because I remember the early on feelings of that and how great it felt, and I love that. Hello, Otter. Morgan said she was throwing a fit over not getting to steal a Lego chicken from the baby. She just got mad and keeps gagging herself. Bless. Kathia said, hi, everybody. Thank you, Trish, for answering all my questions on last Q&A. You know what? I try to get them. I didn't get to go back all the way to the last Q&A this time because there were so many. I guess I shouldn't wait so long. Elspeth said, finished my fractal yesterday. Turned out a bit boring, unfortunately. Not enough color changes. So now trying tablet weaving for the first time on my rigid head of loom. Warping, rinse, repeat. Boy, I feel that, Elsbeth. Did you get your wheel straight? Like, not your wheel, your loom straight like you need it to be? Otterlove said, I'm winding off some black gray Corriedale Shetland mix so they can start a new spin. That's fun. It's always exciting. But gosh, Rachel said I'm supposed to pick up 5 to 8 fleeces today. Venus said, KB Fibers, you will be spinning forever. You will. That's like lifetime supply. Hello, Chris. Julie said, sunny and mid to upper 30s. Darn. I'm ready for 50-degree weather at least. Carrie said, which fiber, Elizabeth? I would like to know also. Cheryl said, I like knitting with my hands spun. I do too. I really like it. It's just, it doesn't have the thrill that it did like early for me. Really early on. Right in the beginning, it was just so exciting. Hello, teen. Otter said, the spin I am starting next is the 16 ounces of the Dr. Seuss roving from Paradise. I got some of it when it went on sale. That's awesome. Lisa said, hi, teen. How wonderful to have you join us. KB said to Venus, I will have plenty when it comes back. Otter said, whoa, Rachel, that's awesome. Terry said, hit the like button. Please do hit it if you can. That would be lovely. Teen said, you can have our heat. I'll take it. Can we split it? Maybe? Lena said, hi, everybody from Vienna. I am spinning. I cannot pronounce that, which is an endangered breed here in Austria. I will need to look that one up. Venus said nothing wrong with that. That's right. Sarah said, I'm trying to get motivated to warm my rigid warp. Probably. My rigid head will loom. You've gotten me hooked on dish towels. Isn't it awful, Sarah? It's terrible. I'm getting ready to warp a set again on my new floor loom, but I'm going to use some of the material to do other things this time. Just because, I mean, I have made so many towels, it's ridiculous. Sarah said, oh, okay, sorry, I already read that one. 68 and sunny in Virginia. You lucky. That's perfect. Hey, Sharon. Chris said, Zambia, cool. Sarah said, warp, not warm. That's what I thought. Morgan said, I got a used Eel Wheel 6 this week. I barely had time to unpack it and check for function, but I already love it. Elspeth said, big ass loom. Am I allowed to say that now? YouTube changed their guidelines. Is the name of it. Is still sitting here taunting me in its imperfectness. It's a big task and I need a couple of wins. I totally get that. Chris asked, this is a good question. This is for Teen. What is it like getting your hands on fiber in Zambia? Lisa said, exciting, Morgan. Can't wait to see what you spin up. I have seen amazing spins on that stuff. Venus said, I took a class yesterday on picture needle felting. Was fun. More stuff to use fiber for. Was it on Serafina, Venus? Sherry said, hi from Maple Grove, Minnesota. You're all keeping me company while I paint. Later, I will spin while I watch the paint dry. Are you painting a picture or like a room? Teen said, impossible. I'm currently stockpiling some at my dad's house in Colorado to pick up when I visit in the fall. That's a good idea. Kind of like a beer does it. She has stuff shipped, to her mom's house or her sister's house in Canada. When she visits, she gets to get it. Elizabeth said it was the purple cryptic Corriedale. I don't remember the name and don't see it on the website. I was looking at that today. Carrie said, I remember that. Itsy Bitsy said, Lighty is here. No work or soccer game today. Yay. Just knitting Celtic Rains. How you doing? With the pattern, I struggled. I'm not going to lie. Morgan said, thanks, Lisa. I have a nano and I'm so excited for the 6. Otter said, OMG, I love doing dish towels on my rigid heddle. I have a week off from grad school, still working, so I'm doing all the crafts and warp at my loom for stolen moments when term starts up. I get it. Chris said, Teen, I feel your pain. Very few sheep in Louisiana with wool worth the effort. Stephanie said, Morgan, you will love the 6. Rachel said, yeah, Otter, I asked a homestead group and someone said I have 8 sheep that I don't raise for fiber so you can have the fleece when we shear. Do you know what the breeds are, Rachel? Teen said to Morgan, how do you like the nano? Oh, gosh, okay. Simone said, I love knitting with single ply and I spin amazing single ply, so I love knitting with my hand spun. Okay, wait, I got a bump. Hate that. Venus said, I can't remember I was running on 30 minutes of sleep in 24 hours. How? Hello, Eileen. My goodness, all of a sudden I'm getting some bumps in this. It was so smooth. Chris said, yes, a beer loads up. I would imagine it's much easier in Canada to get than it is in, she's in the UAE. Morgan said, Trish, you are the ultimate enabler. You said you've never met an Ashford you didn't like, so I got a traddy last year. Your eel wheel videos were the final motivation for me to get the 6. I'm so glad. I hope it goes great for you. Hello, Andy. Sherry said, I'm painting our family room. Could you come over and help me with our bathrooms? I have 2 bathrooms to paint. Oh, I don't want to do it. Lisa said, yo, Eileen, were your ears burning? I didn't know that was something that you said in the UK too. Hello, Don. Morgan said, Teen, I love the Nano. Super portable. And it does everything I need for singles. I always ply on a bigger wheel, so I'm excited for the 6. But you could totally ply on the Nano too. Nikki said, I struggled with the heel. You are currently helping me avoid finishing the heel. Are you on the first one or the second one, Nikki? Hello, Brenda. It's interesting because I really didn't struggle that much with the heel. I did the higher instep version. My struggle was with the shift when you knit the chart in the leg, you knit it twice and you have to shift where the beginning of the chart is. And I felt like the two different socks were written differently, and I really had a hard time understanding one of them. So then when I got to the second sock, I was like, boop, no problem, because that one made sense to me, but the other one just, my brain wouldn't click. Hello, Brenda. Rachel said Baby Doll, Oxford, and Suffolk, I believe. I know they are all down breeds, so great learning fleeces. They're lovely to spin. Itsy Bitsy said a struggle it is, 2 at a time knitting on a little too short needle, almost done with the feet. Good for you. Keep knitting. You're going to get it. Eileen said I've been dyeing some Dorset down top with Plumo. Tell me. I have no idea what that is. I picked last autumn. I had them soaking in a Kilner jar. Kilner jar since then. Looks like I got a gorgeous, warm, bright yellow. That sounds cool. Are you going to post pictures, Eileen? Rachel said my guild was raffling a nano yesterday. I was so sad I didn't win. I guess that'd be like the lottery. Faraday Farm said I'm working on the Starry Night on my nano. Nice. Nikki said first I'm a cheerleader. Well, that's cool. Hello, Beer. We were just talking about you stockpiling fiber in Canada and picking it up when you visit. Because Teen is in the same boat. Itsy said a struggle. It is 2 at a time knitting on a... Oh, yeah. Sorry, did I read that twice? What in the world? Hello, Sarah. Sarah said, I'm just listening today while I clean up in my garden on our first springy day here in Detroit. Oh my goodness. Love combining both my addictions, hobbies. I need to get out and start cleaning in the yard. I'm just not ready. Otter said, I'm considering getting a woolly winder for my Ashford E3. I admit that I hate stopping to move the dang ring things when I spin. Is it worth the money? If anyone has one. I really, really like mine. But my one with my Hanson came with it, and the one for my Ashford I got as a gift. So is it worth the money? It kind of depends on what the money means to you, if that makes sense. You know? Eileen said, why? My ears are perpetually burning because of ongoing ear trouble. Not what you mean, I suppose. Well, Eileen, I feel like you're going to agree with this also. Before I start. As soon as I saw Lisa, I was just telling her that Make It at Market is doing a casting call right now for season 2, and she just opened a shop, I know, and I thought she would be perfect for it. Oh, it's just Plum. Okay. So I thought she would be perfect for it, and I just wanted to let her know, but she's not interested, which I respect. And she said Eileen is just as good, and I agree, but she just opened a shop. You see what I'm saying? Elspeth said, glad you're here, a beer. KB said the shift went different directions. Yes. That's correct. Left sock went left and right went to the right. Correct. It was the way it was written. I don't want to go too into it because, other people are working on it and I don't want to confuse anyone either. For whatever reason, my brain just didn't like it, and whatever. I don't want to, I knit like 2 whole pairs of socks plus, I think. But I did get them approved, so it's okay. Elizabeth said, when I get home, I need to ply the red sparkle singles from the Paradise Fiber December bag. Finished the green a few days ago. Nice. I love those sparkly ones. Eileen said, bloody spell check doesn't even know what plum is. Okay, so it's just plum leaves? That sounds nice. KB Fibre said, I'm on Team T. I am on Team U. Eileen said, hey, a beer. Why is this not feeding? Carrie said, I do too, even if I just rake. I can't wait to get out there and start cleaning the yard up. Chris said, I think your answer about woolly winder worth is perfect. What is the money worth? I mean, it's different to everybody. You know what I mean? Hello, Athena. Otter said that makes sense. I think I'm going to do it. We'll call it an anniversary present. There you go. Sue said, new woolly winder owner, and I find it much harder to treadle on my matchless. I don't have one for my matchless. Oh, I see. Okay, hi, Candy. Lisa said, I meant that Eileen is my mentor, just as good as any of those professional folks. She's always telling me to charge more. I agree, Lisa. They will say the same thing. I really just want to see you on TV. I'd like to see you both on TV, to be honest. Maybe they should hire Eileen for the mentorship of the spinning slash knitting, crocheting, the textile-y stuff. They have that one guy for like finished textile design, but that's a little bit different. KB Fibre said I knit them, moved on to round 3, frogged them, and reknit to fit. We're not too kind. I'm definitely not too kind. Lisa said sparkly is awesome, but I'm amazed how much you need to add to have it show up in the spin lots. It's always going everywhere whenever I use it too. Excuse me. Hi, Crystal. Teen said, what are you spinning, Trish? It looks lovely. It is from Into the World, and it is called, I can't remember. It's the December Club Fibre. It's like dark brown, blue, and green. I believe it's Cheviot, Superwash Cheviot. It's whatever they sent. Otter said I have done nothing outside. The weeds are already coming up. I don't know what happened, but we have holly, and I have like a tiny little holly bush coming up out of the middle of nowhere. So I don't know. Did the birds eat those berries? Cheryl said we still have about 2 feet of snow. Oh my gosh. I would go crazy. Elizabeth said, I love the sparkly ones too, and the puppy ends up wearing the sparkle that falls out because she has to be helping my business. How is that going? Getting a new puppy is so fun, but it's so much work. Lisa said, oh, Elizabeth, that is hilarious. Hello, Arlene. She said, good afternoon, everyone. My yard is still covered in a couple feet of snow. Just get to dream of being out working in the yard. Let's go to the next one here. Oh, goodness. Help me. Venus said to Eileen, autocorrect stinks. I was typing my granddaughter to let her know I had some cherry nut bread, and it changed to cherry butt bread. My granddaughter texted back to reread. Oh, it's so funny. Thanks. I mean, I didn't spin it. But, you know, if I'm going to get these, I got to get through some of them. Got to get through some of these bags. Carrie said I would love to have a woolly winder for my electric eel wheel 6. I don't think they make one, but there is an auto winder for it, I think. But it costs more than the wheel. Eileen said, all Lisa, Trish, you guys blushing here. Hugs to you both. Hugs to you. I love that you are mentoring Lisa and telling her she should be charging more. Don said, hey, Trish, does your store carry any worsted weight yarn? Not at this moment. I do have some to dye, but I just haven't gotten through any lately. I still have a whole bunch of stuff to photograph and put in the store right now. I'm so behind. I'm struggling with all the stuff I have going, but I'm going to take like 2 days this week and not do anything but try and work on catching some stuff up. Victoria said, gotta go plant potatoes. Don't forget to like everyone. It really helps Trish. Bye. Bye, Victoria. Thank you. Is it too early for me to plant potatoes? Does anyone know? Jerry said, just arriving. Hi, Jerry. It's 65 in Harrisburg. You lucky. I'm moving. I'm not moving. Faraday Farm said, leave the weeds. They will bloom eventually. Then you can claim it was a design choice. Good idea. Anne said, hello, all. Good evening from Belgium. Hi, Anne. Candy said, that looks like one of your previously dyed fibers that you're spinning, even though it's not. It kind of does. I love to put blue and this kind of like yellow, brown, green together, I love. But I've never put it together with this more like kind of, I don't know, periwinkle shade, but I like it. I'm spinning it thick though. Elizabeth said to Carrie, yes, you would. Teen said, Carrie, I saw a video that Morris, is it Maurice or Morris? Someone help me. Because, like, in my family, you would say Morris, but I know some people say Maurice, is working on a pro version that would have an auto winder. Lisa said, I missed a make one, and now I have to frog a Pro 2 together. I'm sorry. If you're knitting something right now with make one and Pearl 2 together, and you're here, you're good. You're a good knitter. Itzy said, not very familiar with the sock championship, but on Facebook there was talk of making a FLD team. What do we have to do? Okay, Lisa said Pearl 3 together. That is worse. Terry said, I had snow just about half an inch, very pretty and gone in no time. I'm going to tell you. So I didn't forget it. Otter said, Eileen, autocorrect is constantly trying to censor my bad language. If I meant duck, I would have typed it. Okay, Lisa said too early for potatoes there. I think it's probably a bit early for me, but I guess I can find out at the store. There's a store here that sells seed potatoes. Kathy said, I'm working on the Starry Night comb top and spinning Angelina in for the first time. Is there a technique to this? It's mostly sticking to my apron, worse than Christmas tinsel. It's everywhere. Are you adding it just like to the top as you go? Chris said, I say this as a terrible warning. We planted our potatoes as usual in Louisiana. The blueberries are all flowered out and setting fruit, and the fig trees leafed out with baby figs we froze last week. Oh, I know. You never know. Eileen said, any tips for drying top after dyeing so it doesn't compact too much? I don't have one. My only tip for that is afterwards to uncompact it, fluff it, I guess. Sharon said, I hope your video prompts me to spin later today. Carolyn said, Terry, me too. March snow is odd. Not here. April snow is not even odd here. Karen said, I use weeds as biomass or medicinal depending on the weeds. Hello, Irini. What is that, Lisa? I don't know what that is. This will be my first year growing potatoes. Bye, Carrie. She said, okay, all signing off for now to go day drink with friends. Love to all. See you next weekend, 2 p.m. at the Ann Arbor Fibre Expo, Flint City Fibre booth. I'm going to be there. Okay, quickly so that I don't get too far behind. Bye, Carrie. Have fun. Have a great time. And I will see you next weekend. I'm excited. The other championship is called Super Sock World Championship. I am moderating, so I can't lead a team. Otherwise, I would ask you all to join a team. If you want to join the FLD team anyway, they will not assign it to me for moderation. It'll be assigned to someone else because, it wouldn't be fair. Which I agree. And it's just a more low-key sock thing. You can park during any lap you want, or you can participate. And I believe it's going to be 2 patterns per round will be released. And you can pick the high octane or the low octane and go ahead and knit it and then submit it and you get points. But it's internet points. So what you win is, I think we do give away patterns and stuff like yarn and stuff like that, but you may or may not win anything. Candy said I spun a Malabrigo noob or something from my Nubicita and spun it a bit thick and wish I could figure out which it is because I love it. I applied it with a natural white or ecru shade. That sounds nice. Kathy said yes, just laying a bit on the fiber as it feeds. I've never tried to just add it that way. So I don't have any tips, Kathy. I'm sorry. I've never tried. I've always blended it in. I'm not sure what I would do. Can you spin past it and let it just pick it up? I'm not sure. Okay. Elizabeth said, just saying, Carrie Chapman, you can do that here with us. That's true. Okay, Lisa said you take your seed potatoes and set them out in a light frost-free area and allow them to start producing little shoots in advance of planting. Oh, got it. Okay. Egg boxes are usually a good way. Okay. I will do that. I will go get them. I have not heard, see this, like I said, it's my first time. And actually, I'm going to be, um, someone's probably going to tell me this is a bad idea, but I'm going to be planting them in dog food bags. I saw someone else do it and thought, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to try it. Crystal said, before I took all these nails out of this pin loom, maybe I should have thought about where I'm storing them. Did you lose your nails, Crystal? Why did you take them out? How did you take them out? I have so many questions. I don't know if mine will come out. I have one that keeps falling out, but okay. Eileen said, just found out my keyboard was set to Dutch, not English, just to swipe on the space bar to switch between languages. A plumo is a feathery thing to dust your house with. Oh, that makes sense. Not what I used for dyeing. KV Fibers asked if anyone's ever used a weasel. I have not. You mean for winding a hank? Otter said, Crystal, how do you like the pin loom? I'm thinking about getting a few for student to play with. They are college students in conjunction with invisible mending. That might be interesting. Crystal said pin looms are fun. I made my own. Oh, cool. I like mine for sampling. It's kind of nice, although it doesn't always come out the same. Hello, Deb. Popping in to wish everyone a happy Sunday. What are you up to today, Deb? Otter said, ooh, I bet I could get my woodshop techs to make some for us. That's a great idea. Oh, that is an even better idea. Candy said, my sis did them in a plastic garbage can with the top cut out once. Then when they're ready, you lift the can and the potatoes shake out. So that's sort of the same idea. You just keep adding dirt as they keep coming. And then when you're done, you can just cut the bag open and they come out. And that's the reason why I thought I would do it. I've been saving them this whole year. I'm going to scrub them out first. But I guess you scrub the potatoes, and dog food is food. So, I mean, I don't want to eat it, but it's not that big of a deal. Crystal said, I took them out because I made the loom and it has issues. So I'm making a loom for my daughter to teach her how to use one. I got it. Okay. Candy said, happy Sunday, Deb. And Eileen said, thanks, Deb, and you. Karen said, I would plant potatoes in dog food bags, but my aunt bought me some grow bags with a flap so you can harvest as you go. That sounds nice. Okay, interesting. All right, Lisa. She said, I've given up planting in bags pots as never get good results. What goes wrong? Because maybe I should put some in the ground too. She said, but certainly works for plenty of folks. Kathy said, I didn't want to put the fiber through the drum carder. I totally get that. And muddy the colors to mix in the Angelina. Guess I'm inventing a new technique. I've never tried it. Kathy, if you're in the Facebook group, you could post pictures because I would love to see how it's going. Is that okay to say? Otter said, I admit that I don't grow anything edible unless you count nasturtium. Well, and fruit trees. Of course I count nasturtium. Elsbeth, good job. Warping done. Gonna log off so I don't stuff up threading these cards. 18 card pattern. Oh, wow. Card pattern. Go big or go home for a first try. See you all next weekend. Good luck. Candy said, I figured the bag deal might be similar. Yes. Right. Dog food remnants will just give the soil extra food. I mean, I didn't think it was a big deal, right? Karen said, I've heard you can grow potatoes in straw. I don't know. Which makes harvest easier and lighter. I am going to be planting my tomato plants, hopefully like today or tomorrow. That's for inside though, starting them. We'll see how they do. I can always buy them if I don't get good starter plants. Last year I did both. Brenda said, "Oh, my potatoes are planted in 4x4 by approximately 3.5 foot raised beds. They do great." I bet that's not as hard to harvest. Rachel said, "We did potatoes from the grocery store in reusable grocery bags over the winter in our basement with whatever light came through, and we saw quite a few come from each bag." Nice. Oh, okay. All right. Good, good. I'm glad I talked about this. Crystal said, "Make sure you have the right potatoes. Some won't grow in bags like you want." I will check. Yes. Rachel said that was years ago, though. Oh, Candy said, "Take care. Yep, and have fun," to Elsbeth. Kelly said, "I remembered. Hello, Kelly." What time is it? I have no idea. 2:30. All right. Lisa said, "It's possible I don't water enough. If you have space to plant in the ground as well, then go for both." So we have a drip system in our garden, but it's very, very sandy. So the water just kind of like sinks into the ground really easily and quickly. I'm going to have some better dirt brought in this year. I would say I probably do have room for some potatoes, so it would probably be good to just get some and do both so that I can see what the difference really is, you know? Brenda said, "Oops, I seriously cannot type today. I didn't mean to put the O at the beginning of my last comment." Okay, sorry. Oh, bye, Sharon. I think I might be done with this 2 ounces before we're done today. Too bad I didn't grab a bobbin to ply. I don't have a Lazy Kate either, so that's okay. Candy said, "Our snow piles are still 10 to 12 feet tall, and the only bare spots are where we've plowed." Oh my goodness, 10 to 12 feet tall, Candy. I cannot. Oh. How do you do it? Caitlin said, "My mom started our tomatoes last week." I really should have last week. We have 150 or so tomatoes planted, and they are starting to sprout. I'm trying a new method this year. So I guess wish me luck. I do have like a little in-the-house greenhouse with a light because they want to tend to get leggy if you don't, use a light. So we'll see how it goes. I've never been super successful starting seeds in the house, but I always get a few things. Last year I got all of our peppers and I saved seeds from those. So Faraday Farm said, "Potatoes are really hardy. They should be fine so long as the green starts don't freeze." Okay. Good to know. And Teen said, "I just got a dragon fruit plant." Wow, cool. Like a cactus tree, and I'm waiting on a welded trellis for it, hoping I'll get some fruits in the next year or so. That is so cool. Yes, Faraday said, "Keep hilling them. Start with small amount of dirt or medium and add dirt as the green grows taller." So that's why I was told to try the bags. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I fail as much as I succeed in my garden, but every year I get a little better, so it's okay. Otter said, "Whoa, Candy, I don't know that I've ever been somewhere with snow that deep." This is my last one. Hello, Rita. Eileen said, "Lisa, you live in the Hebrides. I'm shocked to hear you need to water your plants. Does it not rain enough in Scotland?" That's funny. Athena said, "I'm going to try and grow some strawberries this year." So we started some over the winter from plants, seeds that I took off strawberries that we bought from a stand last summer. And I have some plants. It's not a ton of them. A lot of them didn't make it, but I'm excited. A lot of them didn't make my trip to my mom's. They didn't survive. Rita said, "Can't stay long. She's going to monthly spinning." Fun. Candy said, cool teen, dragon fruit don't have a lot of flavor, but they sure are cool looking. Otter said, we have clayish loam, and our drip works great as well. It gives the water time to soak in. I used to live in a place that had more clay. It was so different. But we are really close to the lake, so it's just very sandy here. Lisa said, so funny, Eileen. I grew the potato sacks in the polycrub, so defo need water, but you also need to water pots as the growth hanging over sides of pots often prevents rain getting into the bag. That makes sense. I'm going to have to water the bags. Do they need a ton of water? I guess I'm just winging it. Clearly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Cheryl said, each year I plant is a learning time. Yeah, last week or the week before, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been you, Faraday Farm, that said, is it even summer if you don't kill half of what you tried to grow? And that is me. But like I said, every year I do a little better. I used to be a lot more successful. Oh, you guys are so funny. Okay. Morgan said, Rita, that's fun. A spinning meetup just started up near me. First time since 2020. It's so great to be with spinners. That sounds really nice. Teen said to Candy, true, but they absorb flavor well, so I can probably make something nice by mixing it with my passion fruit. Yum. Lisa said, Trish, do you know to use foil reflectors to help your baby tomatoes? Yes, say it again, tomatoes. I don't. I've never used foil in there. I have lights. So, you know those, maybe they, I don't know if they have these all over the world, but they're LED and they're like an octopus, so you can direct the little light rods wherever you want. And I put them like really close because otherwise they tend to get leggy for me. My tomatoes. Candy said that sounds good, teen. Clay, she said, clay sucks. When I lived in Vassar, Michigan, that was all sand. It's weird in Michigan too because like if you just go inland a little bit more, it can be just clay. So you just really don't know. Yes, I thought it was you. Chris said, where you are, you should be able to grow the strawberries in the ground. Yes, we will be able to grow them in the ground. I was just starting them to get them a little bit early. They're just wee little guys right now. Just tiny little fellas. Watch the new runners. They will produce the fruit for next year. Okay. Caitlin, you're not late. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Chris said it was fun to see the new growth under the melting snow in Alaska. I bet. I always find that fun. Jerry said, I'm not a gardener, but I do plant 2 tomato plants for delicious BLTs. BLTs are the thing that I can't wait for in the summer. For real. Irini said, it's so nice hearing all of you growing things. It must be nice and warm there already. Candy said, gardening can have a big learning curve sometimes. It's like spitballing. Throw it at the wall, see if it sticks, or in gardening, throw in some seeds and see if it will grow. Faraday said, they say dragon fruit are easy to start from seed. Turns out they are easy to kill too. I finally bought a plant. Crystal said, all right, I guess I'm going have a good rest of your day. Bye, Crystal. I'm sure our strawberries will be fine. It wouldn't seem like a big thing because we only moved an hour from where we used to live. And I used to have a lot of success, but we did change zones, garden zones. So I am still trying to figure out how to do it with a shorter growing season here. And it has been hard at times. I have friends who are like, we just don't do it anymore because we never can predict the freezes. Lisa said, I've used an octopus light, but if you put up reflectors around the sides and even around the plants, then it all helps disperse the light and then tomatoes grow better. I'm going to try that. I'll try it. Otter said I have grown potatoes accidentally in my pantry. Same. Teen, is this unspoken rule that spinners are also gardeners? I don't think it is, but I think it's weird that how much you see it. I mean, a lot of people who spin are more like in touch with where things come from, like their fibers, their food, all those things. And I think it's just a product of being so into the wool. So maybe more? I don't know though. Candy said I have to sort my strawberries again this year, move the babies, and oust some of the elderly plants. Oh, sad. Morgan has a black thumb. Caitlin said it's 3 where I am. It's 30. That can't be. The temperature? Sue said it's great seeing you spin and chat. I'm wanting to try spinning. Been looking at wheels so many. It's really hard to pick in the beginning when you can't try them. If you can find a Fibre Fest around you, Sue, you might be able to try them. And that would be nice, for picking one. Chris said the best source for local info is your county ag extension. They love to provide information. They actually have a booth. Well, actually, I think Michigan State has a booth at our farmers market. Teen said to Faraday, from seed, I know the cuttings will root very fast, but I've not heard of growing them from seed here. Eileen said, not me, not gardening, but I do like to forage. If not for food, then for dye plants, yes. Candy, same. She said, my black thumb is indoors. I've killed a lot of house plants. Caitlin said we grow piles of tomatoes and green beans. I always plant 3 or 4 5-gallon buckets with cucumbers, but we cannot grow zucchini or squash of any kind. How sad. In the ground or in garden, we grow so much zucchini, I would share it with you if I could. And for the UKers, that's courgettes. I know you know. Chris said fiber folk are inquisitive. I do think that probably goes with it. Lynn, you're not late. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Eileen said, wow, Irini, that is proper summer, just a bit jealous. I am too. Carolyn said, I like to support the local farm stands, or I can't grow grass. Either could be true. Both could be true. Caitlin said, and then I plant a whole bed of garlic last us the year. Our neighbors grow like a field of garlic, so I always just buy some from them. Terry said, more power to all you crazy people. It is a little crazy. Caitlin said the temp is 30 and we still have a lot of snow. I'm sorry, Caitlin. I'm so sorry. It snowed here yesterday, but I think it's pretty much gone. Lisa said, can't grow zucchini. Wow. Elizabeth said, I had hoped that I could do some sort of gardening this year, but I think I'll be doing good to just have a non-patchy yard full of grass this summer. You just moved. There's always next year. You'll have plenty of time. And you can always do a little like pre-planning for where you're going to put your garden and all that kind of fun stuff. Chris said, yeah, LSU is our state ag providers for every parish. Okay. I didn't know that. Lisa said, my autumn sown garlic went in the ground yesterday, so I hope they will survive. Fingers crossed. Teen said, has anyone tried dyeing with lichen? I just harvested a bunch from fallen logs this weekend. I bet you Eileen has tried that. Faraday said a few years ago I was gifted 6 cotton plants. They were in pots and it was so much fun. The plants are gorgeous and we now have plenty of fiber. Really, if I could ever figure out how to spin it. It's harder. Irini said, Morgan, I sometimes think I need an exorcist. That's funny. Athena, I have grown potatoes accidentally. Yes. I really tried hard to keep them dark and dry, but the flowers just came through the covering. Everyone's done that, right? It's terrible. Sometimes it happens so fast. Anne said, my best strawberries are the ones that have rooted on the ground outside of the raised bed. I can never beat the chipmunks to pick them. We'll probably have trouble with that. And the birds, you just have to be on top of it. We have blueberries in the backyard, and I almost never get any of those because the birds get too... And raspberries. Well, we did. I took the raspberries out last year. They're just too much. Hey, Rico. Sarah said, don't hate me. How could I ever hate you? But it's 61 and sunny here in Cincinnati. You lucky. Oh, wow. Caitlin said, my goal is to spin up all my fiber before the first Fibre Fest, which is in May. Mine too. That's my goal. Candy said, my son in Saginaw said most of their snow is gone too. Yeah, I'm sure. They're like not too far off the parallel. They're a little south of us, I think. Morgan said, Irini, I'm fine not being able to garden, too much childhood trauma doing yard work. Isn't it interesting? Because I would have said that too, and now I love getting out there. My mom was the slave driver. Candy said I put up bird netting over my strawberries to keep the chipmunks out. So mine are going to be in this area that's dug out around John's barn down lower for water reasons. And I was thinking about putting some like netting or fencing over maybe. We'll see how it goes. We're just going to see. It's just all an experiment. My whole life is an experiment. Too bad I can't do it again better. Ann said, Sarah, it's sunny and 64 in Dayton. Oh. Lynn said, in a perfect world, I'd be able to grow my own flax for spinning. Lynn, have you ever done it before? The process of getting it ready to spin is crazy. Itsy Bitsy said, a lot of DIY here. My husband and daughter have a veggie garden and bake bread. We make our own yogurt, and I do crafty things with paper and fiber. That's so fun. I used to make my own yogurt. I haven't done it in ages. It's really not very hard. I was surprised. Lisa said, chipmunks, I just love the different pests on the other side of the pond, just blackbirds here. Really? Is that your only pest, Lisa, in your garden? The chipmunks are insane here. Candy said, what state are you in, Caitlin? And Irini said, Eileen, I'm jealous since we only had snow for one day. Anne said the chipmunks and squirrels are the worst at raiding the garden, worse than the birds or raccoons. Our deer are the worst. They stay out of ours here, but at our old place, we rented a spot from kind of like from the city or the township or whatever, and the deer would jump over the fence to get into and just trample our tiny little garden plot. So sad. And then people would steal our cabbage. Hello, Shaylee. She said, happy Sunday. Teen said to Anne, I used to have squirrels that would take one bite out of a tomato just before it was ripe. Here, all the time. That happens. I'd often pick them only to find the backside missing. Isn't that fun? You can actually see their little teeth marks. So wrong. Tracy said we use netting plus reflective tape. Okay. I knew it. Eileen said, I have tried dyeing with lichen. I feel like I may have seen it. That's why I remember. You're specifically. She said, with some lichen, you can get awesome colors. Just beware. Lichen grows extremely slow. Only pick what has fallen on the ground or pick very little. I just finished my singles. Otter said, but they are so dang cute, Anne. But yes, the chipmunks do always get to my strawberries that I have here and there in pots. Those nasty little chipmunks. They are so cute. Brenda said we have a lot of birds that come to the garden. I got a motorized solar owl. That's a good idea. It works pretty well. I might get it a mate this year. We used to use them. I used to work at an art center, and there was an outdoor pavilion, and the birds like to nest up there. And of course, it's a problem because you'd have weddings and things in the pavilion. So we used those owls there. I never thought about that. That's a good idea. Candy said, I've been missing a lot of them too, Alex. It's nice to make one again. Craft Design said, here the moose simply step over the fence and get into all kinds of things. Oh my gosh. Otter said, I'm okay with anything in the garden except for deer. I end up having to put electric fencing up around it. It's the only thing that's worked. As long as they can get to our hostas, they'll leave our garden alone with the fence. Teen said, Eileen, yeah, I scavenged a bunch of down branches. Is it best to do the boil method or the fermentation method? Lisa said, our little island is pretty safe from pests. There are deer on the next island, so at times one swims across, but that's it. There are rabbits nearby, but not on my patch, not much else. The deer you have there are so cute. Oh my gosh. They're so cute. Alex said, question. How long does it take to get so good at spinning that you don't have to look at what you're doing? I think it's different for everybody, Alex. And I don't think it's really being good. It's like developing the muscle memory. And everybody does that at a different pace. And then you have to be brave enough to start trying. Pretty soon you're just doing it. Candy said, wouldn't be as bad if the chippers wouldn't take bits out of the green berries and then leave them. It's so annoying. Eileen said, right now experimenting with a lichen called, I have no idea, Daggerful. I'm just taking a shot in the dark, saying tomatoes whenever I need to. You can, but you can buy it in Asian shops as it is used in Indian food. Ben told you could get really good purplish pink. That sounds cool. Haven't managed that yet. Athena said, I grew strawberries last year as well, and the birds would let me know when something is edible. I try to get out immediately when I saw them coming for it, and there were always some ripe berries. I mean, the birds are the worst with the berries here. Athena said, angry birds on the roof judging me. They're mad because you're taking their food. Otter said, but then I'm just growing flowers, so I'm not competing with the birds and squirrels for food. Our relationship could be different if I were. Our problem with the chipmunks is that they make nests everywhere. They're in our shed where we keep like our lawnmower and stuff, and if I open the door, they'll act like I walked in on them in a bathroom, like they're trying to scrabble for a towel. It's not cool. But they build nests everywhere. Candy said, I still look when I spin for the most part. Can't remember how many years I've been at it now. I started in the end of 2000, I think 2007. It could have been 2008. I'm not sure. But I could go back and see in Ravelry. Because I have enough projects that I documented. I'm not that good at it now, though. Brenda said, I like some birds to come to the garden to eat pests, but we literally were getting huge flocks and it's gross and kind of messy. We have 8 4x4 raised beds and they surround our patio. And then that's the problem. It really does get messy when you have that kind of like volume of birds. Julie said, our problem pest is ground gophers. We have those too. Oh my gosh. Stealing plants from underground. That's like a cartoon. Anyone have any luck with them? Our neighbors used to. I had a crazy neighbor who would she used traps. She would shoot them with pellet guns and things. She was crazy. She was a loon. She would just sit in the window for hours trying to get them. Anne said, there's a ton of deer around here, but they usually stay across the road. It's 80 acres with a small stream and about 5 acres planted in soybeans. I bet they like those soybeans. Caitlin said, how to check if the tension is right for a double drive. It kind of depends on what you're trying to spin or do. But I like it so I feel just a little bit of pull, tiny bit of pull. So you can use a commercial yarn or you can use your leader to see how hard it is pulling when it's spinning, if that makes sense. Lisa said saying deer are cute is probably about the same as us saying raccoons are cute. Raccoons are cute. They're also annoying and gross. We were camping 2 or 3 years ago in a state park here, and the fattest raccoon I've ever seen in my life, because they're eating all the stuff from campsites and everything. I mean, it was like it didn't look real. lumbered its way into our campsite to eat dog food out of our dog food bowls. They're gross, but they are cute. Candy said, I can't imagine trying to compete with gophers, deer, and chippies are hard enough. No joke. Morgan said, raccoons are so cute. I want them to stay away from me. But exactly. See, they're very cute, but they're gross. And they're mean. They don't want to hug at all. Anne said, Lisa, raccoons are cute, but they are thugs. They're gangsters in disguise. Otter said, so are deer. It's true. But they are not allowed to eat my roses. OMG. One found a weakness in my fencing last year and ate all my hostas. Our hostas were down to the ground last year. That's the worst year we've ever had. And I don't understand it because there was food. Why must you? John finally he has a trail cam and he finally put it on our porch and directed it right at the hostas. They're nuts. I'm going to move them though. I'm going to move all the hostas to the backyard behind the fence. Carolyn said, raccoons are darling, but they are also murderous little bastards. Otter said they are like velociraptors, but instead of looking for weakness to get out of the enclosure, they test it to get in. Faraday said, raccoons don't just steal my eggs, but they have killed many of my chickens. They are chicken murderers over the years. Candy said, I wish I could show you guys the video of my friend shooing them away with a tennis racket and still couldn't get the raccoons to leave. They get so brave. When they're used to getting food, they get so brave. Carolyn said, my friend loses at least a couple chickens every year. Our neighbors, I don't think they even raise chickens anymore. I mean, they've had foxes, raccoons, coyotes in their chicken enclosure. And if they get in the chicken house, you're done. They're going to kill them all. Elizabeth said raccoons are referred to as trash pandas in my house, but they are adorable. Otter said, oh, for sure, Carolyn, I had to padlock my coop every night. They are cute, smart, little murder trash pandas. Anne said hostas are deer crag. They love them. They do. It's like the best salad ever. Oh, okay. It's after 3. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I appreciate you guys so much. You don't know. Oh, and I won't be here next week. I'll post in the Facebook group. We've got a crazy weekend, and I'm worried about trying to get back. Oh no, Lisa said only 6 rows to go and need to wind off a new skein of wool. What a bummer. Otter said, I know, and I looked in the backyard and saw about 10 of them hanging out. I'm sure they were plotting how to get into the garden. Awful. Have a great week. There'll be a video on Tuesday. Kathia said don't forget to hit like if you don't mind. Morgan's so happy to be on. I hope your daughter feels better. I hope she stops gagging herself. Kids are the best, aren't they? They're crazy. They're fun, though. Bye. I appreciate you. Have a great one. Love you. Bye.